In tonight's Health Beat for you, we take a look at autism. You know, there are currently more than 1 million people living in the United States that are autistic, and the numbers keep growing. In fact, it's estimated that 1 in every 150 children born in the state of New Jersey has been diagnosed with autism, which calculates out to about 2 newly diagnosed children every day. CNN's Keith Taylor has been looking into this for us. And you know, Keith, a lot of people know autism from the movie Rain Man, but what is the disease really?
Autism is a brain disorder, and typically it shows up in the first 3 years of life. And quite a few people think that autism is becoming an epidemic, not only in New Jersey, but across the country. No one knows exactly what causes it. There is no cure, and many feel not enough is being done to research it and find a cure. I met a little boy, Adam, whose dream right now is to become a baseball player. He wants to play Little League, but he's autistic. He's not like everyone else his age. This is Adam Jones. He's 5 years old, and he has come to the ballpark to do something that so many thought would once never be possible.
Today's my best day of my life.
He woke up and said this was the best day of his life.
Adam is on a journey.
You're going right out there. That's where you're going.
It's a personal journey through social doorways, navigating down a stairway of undescribable pressure to be like everyone else. Adam is on a lifelong journey to learn, a journey to step into living as normal a life as possible.
Oh my God.
This is Adam 3 years ago.
I started suspecting something was wrong with Adam when he was 18 months old.
At the beginning, when we got the diagnosis, it was very difficult.
The neurologist wrote, Adam harbors a clear diagnosis of autism.
We had no knowledge of what autism was.
Adam rocked back and forth, always banging his head. He could not speak.
He was just totally isolating himself and raging when somebody came near him.
Adam, look at me.
He started wearing a helmet to protect his head, would not make eye contact, unresponsive to therapists.
If you blew a bubble in his face, it just popped in his face. There was no protective mechanisms. There was no responses. The second neurologist had told us that he was so severe that we should prepare ourselves for a long journey ahead of us, and that he was probably mentally retarded and would need institutionalization.
But his parents would not give up on him. 7 days a week, Adam worked with therapists to try to conquer a brain disorder that has no cure, conquer a disorder that no one has figured out exactly what causes it. Is it environmental? Genetic?
There is a genetic link. They are finding the map for the genetics, but it's not just one gene, it's multiple genes, so it's hard to pick it apart.
The therapy started working. He began talking, forming words, sentences.
Adam, put in order.
He began counting, working with numbers, putting them in order.
He has a photographic memory. He thinks in pictures.
And they were on their way to turning memorization into functional comprehension.
At the age of 4, when he had the test, he scored at an 8.5-year-old level in abstract reasoning. Abstract reasoning is not something that you could teach somebody. He could tell you all the bones in the body.
You have now won $200. Your next question. What bone is right here?
Clavicle.
Clavicle is right.
What are they playing?
Ball.
What kind of ball are they playing?
Basketball.
And this is Adam now.
It's difficult to believe that he started off as a nonverbal little boy. We were struggling to get eye contact, to get him to respond appropriately, and now he reads and he does dances around all his peers academically.
He knows all the planets, the presidents, all 50 states.
Montana, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana.
And Adam is well aware that he's autistic.
I don't really understand what autism is. Tell me what autism is.
I have a different brain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He does have a different brain, absolutely. He has a different brain, and he's learned to use his brain in the best way that he can.
You seem to know a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm smarter than a lot of people.
Therapists credit Adam's remarkable progress to his parents' investment in early intervention. They took action while his brain was still developing.
I didn't think that I was going to get in. Really? Let's see.
Financially, it's difficult for any parent of an autistic child because a lot of therapies are not covered by insurance. Until you hit a certain age, they're not really covered by the school district.
Adam's sister, Rachel, is very proud of her little brother.
I think everybody would be happy to have a brother like him. And a lot of people say that he's adorable. And I think that's true because he is so cute. Chloe, hail, the hail. The hail is the stuff that makes me cute.
Adam has been invited to throw out the first pitch at the Lakewood Blue Claws baseball game. The Blue Claws, recognized by the Baseball Hall of Fame, is the first professional baseball team to have an Autism Awareness Day. And Adam has been preparing for months.
So when he goes out there on the field, he's not going out there, you know, representing Adam Jones, Adam Jones. He's representing the entire autistic community.
Please welcome our very special guest, number 98, Adam Jones.
An excited little boy who wants to play baseball like typical children runs to the pitcher's mound, about to prove to the world that he's beating the odds while inspiring hundreds of parents of autistic children.
It's a great feeling because they can do a lot. They're very special children. They can do a lot.
And nearly 7,000 cheer for 5-year-old Adam.
He went out there and knows that if he puts his mind to something, he can do it, despite what anybody else might say he can or cannot do.
And today we have a success story. We beat all the odds.
Adam's dad has signed him up for a week-long baseball camp this summer where he'll play with typical children to help develop his social skills, and hopefully he'll play Little League next year. But Adam is one of the lucky ones. He'll be able to function in society when he is an adult because he got that early intervention, but there is still a long way to go. He'll always be autistic. He'll always have challenges. When he reaches the age of puberty and becomes interested in girls, there's going to be some really difficult, challenging social issues.
Boy, but what an incredible story. This is really what it comes down to in the news business, when you can do a story like this that really makes a difference.
Yeah, and his mom said that one day he just started talking Spanish. In fact, when I talked to him, he started talking Spanish. And his mom said that he came home one day talking Spanish, and she didn't teach Spanish in the house, and she called her therapist. He didn't talk Spanish there. Wow. Watching Saturday morning cartoon, he picked up Spanish.
More gifted than a lot of us. Wow, just incredible. It has to give hope to everyone around the world who has an autistic child.